going on, guys? I'm here in Comuna 13 with my man Sebastian. How we doing?
Thank you so much, my friend. Very good.
And Sebastian is showing us around this amazing part of Medellin that is loaded with so much history. If you didn't know, Medellin 15-20 years ago was one of the most dangerous cities in the world, and now it is becoming one of the most technologically advanced. Hola! Alright guys, before we hop in, I just want to mention that Medellin has so many things to do. This video only scratches the surface. I had 4 days that I spent down here with my buddy Brian.
Hey everyone, my name is Brian. We're staying in Poblado, which is a nice center spot.
And we did the best things that we could find in that amount of time. But if you're visiting for longer, there are so many more things that you can do while you're there. That said, those 4 days, we packed them with so many things. I think you're really gonna love this video. And one more point I wanna mention before we hop in is this video is not in any specific order from best to worst things to do. It's just simply the way in which we ordered our time in Medellin. So make sure you stick around till the end of this video so you don't miss out on any awesome things we did. First thing we're gonna be doing today is we're going to be doing some paragliding. It is one of the top things to do kind of outside of Medellin. And it was actually my first time ever going paragliding. We had a super cool experience where we went with Parapente San Felix, which is a company that sits right up in the mountains of Medellin, just outside of the city, maybe 40 minutes or so. And they took us for a paragliding trip where we jumped off the side of a mountain over this iconic city with rolling hills and amazing views of Medellin. It was one of the coolest experiences I did while I was in Medellin because you could really see the vast city of Medellin and how far it spreads out and how the city's built up on the mountains. So it was a really, really cool experience. I'm not going to cover too many details on the paragliding in this video though, because I've actually created a separate video for you guys that covers my whole experience paragliding, and I'll drop a link down in the description below if you want to check that out.
This area is called Picacho de Medellin. It's one of the lookout spots on the mountain, and if you see, this is a statue of something. I couldn't tell you exactly.
Hola!
¿Cómo estás? It's a beautiful viewpoint of the whole city. It's a really high altitude spot. You can see everything from here. This is a city of 3.4 million people.
Adios! Hasta luego! You guys heard it from Brian and the super excited Colombians and Venezuelans behind us. They were so much fun. They literally saw the drone and went absolutely crazy when I flew it, and then they loved being on the camera. Such great people here, a super beautiful viewpoint. Definitely you gotta make your way over here. I will say the thing about Medellin is there's so many stunning viewpoints along the way. So we'll see you guys at the next spot. Alright guys, so we are here in Medellin, Colombia. This is our next thing to do when you're visiting Medellin. As you can see behind me, we're taking a cable car throughout all of the city. This stretches all around many different areas of the city, and so the nice part is you can use this as public transport. A lot of locals here will use this to get around the city. Obviously, you're never running into traffic because you're always moving on the cable car. And we're taking this over to Parque RV at the moment, so it's pretty far from where we just left from. But even then, being on this thing for the next 50 minutes to an hour, it only costs us about $10 US, which is 35,000 pesos for the two of us. So that comes out to, yeah, $5 a person to get around the city and also get these really amazing views. So definitely, if you're coming down here, ride around on the Metro cable car. It's a really fun way to get around. Alright guys, so we ended up making it up to Parque RV just in time. Basically the situation here was, came up here to check it out around like 3:45-ish, and it's a huge plot of land with so many areas to walk around, explore, and hike. So unfortunately we can only give you a very small fraction of our experience, but it seems way more laid back here than like obviously down in Medellin in the city, so that's a really nice part about it. Also, Brian and I both said the exact same thing when we made it up here, that when you take a deep breath, it is such a like refreshing feeling because it's just jungle around me, as you can probably see.
So that's like the really nice part, especially after being in Medellin, which is a huge city, so obviously the air's not going to be as clean. It was cool though. We're actually like completely out of breath at the moment because we just tried to sneak in one last little trail walk, and I'll overlay a couple clips so you guys can see what it's like. It's a cool spot. You can go and camp and hang out for the day. I feel like this is a place you want to come for at least like 5 or 6 hours so you can really get to know what this place has to offer. And then maybe the last pieces of information I'll drop for you is the cable cars that take you up there, they stop running at 6, so that's why right now we're like rushing back, and I couldn't even vlog when I was back at the spot for you guys because we're literally doing everything we can to make this metro, because it literally shuts down after that, and then we'd have to figure out an alternate route. So I think we're gonna make it.
Alright guys, unfortunately the audio here from the GoPro is not great, but anyways, the next thing you'll want to do on this list of things to do here in Medellin, Colombia, is you'll want to try some of the famous coffee. I'm sure you recognize in almost every city in the world the label that says Colombian coffee. So guys, where we're heading over right now is called Pergamino Coffee, recommended by a buddy of mine for one of the best spots to get coffee in the Poblado district. So we just arrived here to Pergamino Cafe, where we are going to try some of this delicious coffee and maybe get a bite to eat too.
Just had this delicious cafe frio con leche along with probably top 5 best almond croissants I've ever had in my life.
What'd you get, bro? Yogurt with fruit, and then a caramel frozen herb cold latte, and a dish with eggs. I don't know what it's called. Ready to chow down.
That's gonna be good. So good here. Definitely come check this place out.
Alright guys, so the next thing on this list is a must-do. It is taking a day trip down to Guata Bay. That's right, Guata Bay, Colombia. It is about 2 hours outside of Medellin. You can get there by bus, you can get there by taxi. You have a few different options in order to get yourself over there. I will say, initially hearing it, I was like, I don't know if I want to go 2 hours outside of the city when I only have 4 days in Medellin, but let me tell you, it was one of the highlights. I would highly recommend it if you guys are looking to have a really cool experience. Guatape is a very low-key lake town. It is super beautiful, and you'll have an amazing time exploring a very inexpensive place. So many activities for things to do, from boating to jet skiing to climbing to the top of this rock called La Piedra. Let me put it this way, you will have so much fun. I recommend staying there longer than 1 day if you can, but it is possible to do a day trip there and have an amazing time like we did. I'm not going to tell you too much about Guatape, but if you want to learn more about it, I've actually created a separate video that I'll drop in the description below, which covers 5 things that I did while I was in Guatape, and I think you'll really enjoy it if you're going to be making a trip out there. But really guys, do not miss out on it. Guatape is awesome.
Alright guys, so we're starting out our next thing to do here in Medellin, Colombia, which I've been recommended by many friends to do the Real City walking tours. It's a 3.5-hour walking tour where we're exploring all around downtown areas, learning about the history, the transformation of this place. And what I will tell you is crazy. Just around 15 years ago, this was one of the most dangerous cities in the world.
When the government cracked down, Pablo Escobar pushed back. He killed ministers, bombed the Colombian capital, and even called for the death of policemen who didn't accept bribes.
So think about that now. Now it is a tourist hotspot to come and visit. So I'm really excited to show you guys what we're gonna be doing for the next 3.5 hours on this tour. We have Juliana, who's gonna be our tour guide for this time, and it's basically a free city walking tour. So at the end, depending on how much you like it, you give them a tip. So we're really excited with a perfect day like today with the sun shining. It couldn't be better to be exploring this beautiful city. Brian, what'd you just order us?
I asked him to give us some fresh squeezed orange juice, 3,000 for a glass, which is less than $1. You see how he's squeezing it? So I really love fresh orange juice. It's my favorite.
I'm about to try my first Colombian freshly squeezed orange juice. Oh my god, that is to die for. This is the best way to get your orange juice as fresh as it gets right here in Colombia during the walking tour. All right guys, we're about 2 hours into the tour, and I will say that whether you're into history or not, doing these walking tours are amazing. Specifically in Medellin, since it is so recent that the city has transformed, they're giving us a thorough run through of how things have progressed. Also, we're walking through what was once the most dangerous place in Medellin, the center here, with 3,000 plus homeless people living here, all doing all sorts of drugs. They're telling us we wouldn't even survive walking through here not too long ago. So to see how beautiful and peaceful this place is now is really a fascinating thing.
We are here in Centro area of Medellin, and as you can see, these are all the street vendors. It is gorgeous. These are the types of places I like to visit, just because you get the raw, authentic feel of the city. Street vendors is my favorite. You can bargain. They've also got them all with indoor shopping. You've got everything from local type clothing to jewelry to handmade crafts, hats, anything you could think of is going to be sold here. Street vendor foods, street food, this is one of my go-tos when I travel. I love it. It's stuff you'll taste that's not available at restaurants.
So guys, I'm here with Juliana from Real City Tours, and she's introducing us to a Colombian classic food we need to try here. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about it.
These are buñuelos. There are two different kinds. The traditional kind, which are plain, made with cheese dough, and the newer, bigger kind that have mozzarella cheese inside. They're particularly traditional during December to eat with natilla, which is a milk cinnamon pudding. And they're definitely not healthy, but they're very good. Only if they're hot.
Ask for fresh out of the oil, hot.
This tastes delicious. I'm gonna eat too many of these the next week and a half I'm in Colombia.
What do you call them?
Buñuelo. Buñuelo.
Buñuelo.
Buñuelo with a B.
Oh,
Buñuelo.
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 I'm gonna look like one after I eat them all.
Yeah, exactly. These are delicious. Wow. Great recommendation, Juliana. Baby. Alright guys, so we just arrived here with Sebastian. He is a local in Comuna 13.
So guys, welcome to Comuna 13, welcome to Medellin. And I'm only going to show you amazing stuff, okay?
Let's do it. Brian, you ready?
Yes sir, let's go.
Oh, who do we got here, man? Matt. Yeah, bro. We just met a couple of Sebastian's friends who are some amazing dancers. I'm telling you, they could be on like America's Next Best Dancers for sure. We're gonna be walking up a little bit further into here. There's already so much beautiful graffiti, a lot of history packed into here. So Sebastian's bringing us some of the mejor churros de todo el mundo.
Comuna 13.
Oh.
Del mundo.
Oh, vamos.
What about it?
Muy rico.
Man, you'll make me más gordo.
I'm here in Comuna 13 with my man Sebastian. How we doing?
Thank you so much, my friend. Very good.
And Sebastian is showing us around this amazing part of Medellin that is loaded with so much history. And specifically here in Comuna 13, it was once the most dangerous neighborhood in all of Latin America, some would say. And now it is developing into this amazing place loaded with so much personality, from art to bringing in so much new tourism to developing the families that live here. And it's just amazing to see it. It's only just the beginnings of it, because we're sitting at a turning point right here, which I want to pass it over to Sebastian to give us a short understanding of the invisibility difference between this side of Comuna 13 and what's to come on this side.
Guys, come to Comuna 13. You're gonna see amazing stuff. You're gonna see amazing project, amazing people. I'm gonna be here if you want to come back. Again, thanks to these amazing guys, parceros. Now you're also from Comuna 13.
Sí.
And the invitation, guys, welcome to Comuna 13.
Gracias. So guys, specifically, Sebastian runs tours through this area, and he is from this area too, which I think makes it extra special, getting a tour from a specific area that has transformed so much because his heart is in it. So we're getting the most unique experience. I gotta give a shout out to my man, Cody Moreland, for connecting us. I'm gonna drop his information in the description of this video below so you guys can get in contact with him.
All right guys, and that wraps up our time here in Medellin, Colombia. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was a super cool city to explore, from the things we did like like paragliding all the way to the Comuna 13 tour. It was an experience that really has made me feel so connected to this city. Medellin has a special place in my heart now that I know the history, now that I know how far it has come in the last 20 years. It is amazing, and I really, really love this city and the people there. I cannot express enough how much fun I've had in this city, and I know you guys are going to have a blast. Make sure to exercise your best judgment and obviously get recommendations from locals if you want to make sure you're avoiding any of the dangerous areas. Just like any city in the world, or almost any city in the world, you're going to have your safe and you're going to have your dangerous parts. And so making sure you use your best judgment and obviously don't put yourself into any dangerous situations by getting too belligerent or drunk or whatever. Just know that you are in a foreign country and things can happen, but I can tell you confidently that Colombia is an amazing place, and the average person in Colombia is super nice and will do anything for you. So guys, I really hope you've liked this video. If you can do me the biggest favor and give me a thumbs up if you like this video, it helps so much so others like you can find this video when they're searching before arriving in Medellin, Colombia. And guys, if you want to see more videos in Colombia or videos from around the world, make sure to hit that subscribe button below and hit that bell notification so you know exactly when the latest video is going to be coming out. All right guys, thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video.